Everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. And this is starting a little bit differently. We're in the gym, and you might be wondering why. Can I go from 106 club head speed to 120 plus in just 6 weeks? Is that even possible? These are all things that's been going on in my mind after a video me and Nat did about 3 or 4 weeks ago on the channel. Is it even possible training once a week, which in reality, a lot of us can only train once a week, right? We've got work, we've got other commitments, and we want to play golf. So training once a week, over 6 weeks, this is my story of trying to go from 106 to 120 plus club head speed.
Okay, hi everyone. So Alex doesn't know this, but what he's going to be doing is he's going to be going through a very similar system to what my clients will do in our sessions. So when we take on a new client, what we're looking to do is we'll give them a TPI screening. We're going to have a look at their mobility in terms of their golf swing. But also we need to know how strong are they, where are they lying on that strength speed continuum in terms of what club head speed are they producing and what can they produce in the gym. So I'm going to ask Alex to take on 3 strength tests and let's see how he gets on.
We're in the gym right now. This is week 1. Now don't forget everybody, you can learn something with this, and we've got brews at hand, which means
You've
I'm actually quite happy about. Okay, so week 1, we're doing this to see if we can prove that people can actually increase the club head speed, right?
Yeah.
It's a big thing in golf.
Massive. It's probably the biggest thing at the minute, isn't it? It's talked about everywhere.
Okay, so by the way, guys, I'm doing this for you, don't forget. What are we doing week 1?
So week 1, what we're going to do is we're going to do some baseline strength testing. So we've spoken about on previous videos, we've gone through some of the TPI screens and the mobility testing, so we've kind of got a good idea of how you can move as a golfer. But one of the key things to improve in club head speed is your ability to be stronger and therefore produce extra speed that you don't currently have. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some maximum lifts, and I say maximum, I mean where you're currently at the minute, okay? So how much weight can you lift on a trap bar deadlift? How much weight can you bench press? How much weight you can squat? That just gives us a general idea of how physically strong you are at this point in time, right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to break down week by week how we can train you, or how I can train you, to be stronger, and then we'll retest these lifts at the end of this course and see, did that make any difference or not?
Right, so Nat is just setting up our first exercise and our first test, and it's really important. It's obviously an instruction YouTube channel, right? So everything that we're doing here, you can follow along as well. So if you're thinking, right, in 6 weeks, I want to follow Alex's journey, I want to see if I can increase my club head speed by doing these exercises, and you have access to a gym, don't forget to follow along as well. Also, on that point, I want you to comment down below, do you think this is even possible? Nat, do you think this is even possible? Can I go from 106 to 120 in 6 weeks?
I think it's possible, for sure. I think realistically, if the average golfers are doing this, I think we'd set them more time. Certainly from my end as a trainer, I think 6 weeks would be incredibly quick, but I don't think it's unachievable. I think it has to be structured and done correctly, but it's definitely possible.
Okay, so here we go, exercise number 1.
Right, Alex, so we measured your club head speed a few weeks ago, two weeks ago. You were roughly 106 average.
Yep.
We were hoping to get that to the 120 end, or certainly in those late teens.
This looks scary.
It is a bit of a scary looking piece of kit, but this is one of my favourite pieces of kit to use in the gym. So this is the trap bar, which is a slight variation on a traditional deadlift, which is a big heavy strength exercise. Not to put anybody off, but it's a great way to test how physically strong you are through your whole body. And we're going to use this as one of 3 markers to test your initial strength before we then train you and move forwards.
If someone's not got this, how can they follow along at home on this this series?
So typically these you do see a little bit more now commonly in gyms. If you haven't got the trap bar, you can set yourself a traditional barbell up. So one of the barbells that you can see in the background here, and you can raise it off the ground a little bit on 2 weights, so it's slightly higher, so it gives you the height of a trap bar handle. Or worst case scenario, you've not got either, you could just get a couple of heavy kettlebells and see what the maximum weight on the kettlebells is that you can lift.
You're probably thinking kettlebell, right? Okay, so what am I doing here? Go in.
So all I want you to do is, you're going to do 5 reps, and then we'll keep adding weight to this until you can't do 5 reps anymore. Yeah? So usual technique that we've spoken about before, and you're just going to lift your 5, and we'll see how we go. And if you get 5 on this, then I'm going to add a little bit more weight to it until you can't get 5 anymore, and that's our baseline marker. Nice. Okay, good.
I think that was 5.
Yeah, 5 completed.
I'm going to get very hot here, everybody.
Yeah, this is going to be warm. So what we need to do now is add a little bit more weight to this.
Okay.
So we got 65k on, another 10 each side.
Let's do it. I think this is probably the final attempt, this.
This could be getting close, Alex, I think. 85k. If you can get the 5, we move it on. If not, this is where we take our measure. That was good. Tough.
I could probably, no.
Not getting the 5?
Yeah, I'd be pushing it if it was in more.
So there's our initial measure on that, 85k.
Okay.
6 weeks time, we want to see that up.
That was hard enough as it was. To our next exercise.
Yes, we are.
What are we doing?
We're coming to the bench press.
So we've done our lower body test.
Yep.
And we're all about strength, aren't we here?
We're all about strength today.
Which is very unlike the channel, actually.
It's a bit of a different turn for the channel, but we're going to use this as our upper body strength test. Most gyms have got a bench press. If not, you'll certainly have a standard bench with dumbbells that you can use to recreate the same test.
Yeah.
But we're going to look for the same thing here. So I'm going to ask you to do 5 maximum reps. Again, if we get to that weight where you think you can't lift that up, then that's where we'll take that measure.
So the reason why we're doing this, if you were, like, say, Bryson, he's everybody thinks about, he would be doing these tests on a regular basis to monitor his performance in the gym, right?
Yeah, I mean, Bryson's trained what we'd sort of class as like a traditional bodybuilding style, where he's gone for mass and bulk and putting weight on, which obviously increases strength and therefore gives him that opportunity to be more powerful with a higher club head speed. So what we're looking for you over these next few weeks is for you to get stronger. So we're asking you to lift more weight than you currently can. So we want a baseline of where you're at in order to tailor what I then train you with in our sessions, and then let's have a look at that final testing to see did it make a difference or not. Hopefully it will, but if not, we know we need to go down a different avenue.
So we're not only measuring what we have on our test in the gym, but obviously our club head speed overall final score.
Yeah, we're trying to control as many variables as we can.
Right. Exercise number 2. I have a sweat on here.
It's warm.
Oh my. Felt like a beetroot. There's a real reason for it. So we start off with 60k, then we finish with 70k, and well, 2.5 sort of reps.
3 reps, but we were struggling a little bit there. Yeah. So that's our measure.
So that's our upper body measure, and I think if you're doing that in the gym, just carry on with the exact same things. I know you might think, Alex, well, this is totally different to the content that you usually put on here, but this is about a story, and then we're doing this for you to say, actually, can an everyday golfer take their club head speed from what it is now and increase it by 10, 15 miles an hour in a period of time? Right, final exercise, and this one's more explosive?
Yeah, we're going to do some med ball throws.
Right, I'm sorry if this is shaking. I'm shaking. So I think this is one everybody's probably seen before on the channel, but a really good marker. So how are we marking this one?
So we're going to use this as kind of your power explosive exercise. So this is 9k slam ball, and all I want you to do is you're going to use the ball here in setup, and you're going to drive and extend and throw the ball into the wooden panel here. Now if I ask you to do that for 5 to 10 reps, realistically could you repeat that same level of effort over the course of those reps? If the answer to that is no, then we're going to use this as our baseline
as our marker.
Yeah.
Okay, and guys, follow along with this one because I think this is just a really good exercise in general.
So realistically this is a little bit heavy for me.
Okay.
But that's a good thing because that's kind of what we're looking for. So what I'm going to have to do here is really kind of give it a little bit of effort to try and get something from this. So it's a little backswing and we're going to drive through.
So we're looking to extend my right arm.
Yeah, so you can see for me that's quite slow and sluggish because the weight is a little bit much for me at this point in time.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking to try and find from you, is that can you move that a little bit faster? If you can, then we go to the slightly heavier ball.
And if you're left-handed, just do the opposite way around.
Yeah, do it the other way around, so you're coming into that downswing impact side. Okay, Alex, so we're looking for 5 throws here with as much power as you feel you can create, really driving that ball into the wall.
I'm not gonna lie, this feels pretty heavy, isn't it?
It's quite heavy, it's a pretty heavy ball.
What happens if I miss the thing?
Oh, I'm sure you're more accurate than that.
So a little back and through.
That's it, extend that right arm through it.
I'm not gonna lie, straight away this
It's quite heavy, yeah? And again, so grab your feet to the ground, let's drive through, more body, extend. Good, that was better. If I said do 10 of those, do you think you could?
No, I reckon I've got 2 more max, literally.
Okay, as much force as you've got. From my end, that's a little heavy at this point in time.
Don't let me do one more.
I think 7K would have been our marker.
Yeah, okay, so we're having 7K as our marker.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there's just not enough speed in that throw. It's kind of like mine. It's coming off a bit sluggish.
Yeah, I feel like this and
like the ball's pulling you rather than you're pressing the ball.
I don't feel like I'm like
exactly
firing through. Right, so there are markers. Lower body, upper body, explosive test. I want you guys to have a go in some capacity with them at home. Get in those comments, do you think it's even possible for me to do this challenge? 6 weeks time, can I go from 106 to 120 plus? It's gonna be an absolute, maybe a miracle, but hopefully we get somewhere close. Right guys, so that is the end of today's YouTube video. Hopefully you're enjoying this new format. If you are, please don't hesitate to hit that thumbs up button. We need your support, help on the channel, and don't forget to check out, where are you going, Nat? Check out Nat as well, because she's going to be a big part of this challenge over these sort of 6 weeks, because we're going to meet up every single Sunday, document this series, and hopefully take me from 106 to 120.